Go and bring it now.
We're going live.
Just bring the lip balm first. It takes 2 minutes. If you can run out there and
Okay,
come
hold
back.
on.
Now you've wasted all the time.
I hope it's my bag, sha. If not,
Also for your sake too.
for my sake.
Welcome inside the locker room.
The system have off. Oh. Thank you.
Music is like soul healing
For
vibes that transcend
for my sake.
It's for your sake.
you in the loud
You couldn't even do the one that has pink lips. And this one has coconut in it.
Why would I do that to myself?
That's why your lip looks like you're born to do.
love music, love life.
I'll now look like those underbridge
Ah,
Ikeja
this
boys.
is
Abi.
real coconut.
Like yeah, nice and fancy.
Horrible.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Take. Thank you.
This is Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. It's a Monday morning, and Ayokunmi here, ready to get into the world of sports. At this time, we get into the locker room and, of course, take a look at the sporting action that has been going on over the weekend. A lot to get into, a lot to sink our teeth into, a lot of banter to go around. I'm ready. I'm wearing my armor. Anyways, I'm being joined this morning, as always, by the one and only bright, beautiful, cheerful Tega Supreme in the building.
You will go to hell. You're such a liar. Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a better weekend than Tyson Fury or Manchester United or Manchester City. In fact, there's so many people that had bad weekends. We have to talk about it. I should be cheerful because I'm usually happy when people are sad. Okay, so I'm going to mock, laugh, enjoy myself. There shall be no therapy session. I am not that nice. All right, it's the 23rd of December. I
Indeed.
haven't seen my rice from half of you. In fact, I don't even want rice. I'm just telling you, I haven't seen. No small chops to my office to say take a compliment of the season,
Abi.
something along those lines. So I'm going to mock your club and I will do it weekly. All right, so we'll be mocking. What are we talking about today? Tyson Fury. He's delusional, but I'll tell you what his delusions are about. We'll talk about Manchester United. We'll talk about Chelsea. Well, I know they said they are not in the title race, but they are angry that they didn't get all 3 points against Everton.
I wonder why.
Master of the dark arts. All right, we'll talk about Sean Dyche, whom Ateta was trying to steal his title until they met face to face. We'll talk about all that and more in the locker room this morning. Before we do any talking, first of all, look for a Barcelona fan, hug him, because he needs it. All right, Ayokunmi, tell us, how can we be a part of the locker room this morning?
All right, so join us in the locker room this morning and share all the banter around. Like I said, I'm wearing my armor. I'm immune. The WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981. 0809 444 0981. That's the WhatsApp number. The studio line is 0201 4489 981. 0201 4489 981. You can also join us on YouTube by streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You can join us out there. Drop your comments as well. And let's have a smashing great show this morning. Okay, let's begin with Tyson Fury's delusions. All about boxing. It was the big one over the weekend. Now, he refused to accept he lost his rematch against unified heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk and claimed the judges gave his opponent a quote-unquote Christmas gift.
I would say this. This was very disappointing. Remember when I was saying I need a knockout for Christmas? When you knock somebody out, there will not be all this conversation will not come up. You understand? All these points thing. That's what small people do. Are we playing Ludo? Why are you? Do you understand? What are we doing here? This is boxing. This is heavyweight boxing. Knock somebody into yesterday or tomorrow, but knock somebody out. And I would, if you watch the fights, you know, I was looking at it. Tyson Fury had bulked up. I don't know why he does that to himself. Bulked up. He looked like. Have you watched that pussycat that has a sword? You know, there's
Puss in Boots.
a hair. You know, he,
No.
you know he has a friend.
Tega, no.
Yes.
No.
Tyson Fury looked like that, his friend.
No, Tega.
And he came in.
No Shrek slander will be allowed.
not Shrek. This was not even Shrek.
Not Shrek.
No, the egg, the golden egg. Who did not know
Humpty
that he was a
Dumpty.
golden egg?
Oh my goodness.
He looked like that. I was like, Tyson, why do you do this to yourself? So he bulked up so that he would add size. I think the size was also to withstand the Usyk punches. But you don't already, you don't move well for a boxer. Truth be told, Tyson Fury is one of the worst boxing champions I've ever seen because of his lack of movement. You know, he doesn't really move well. Boxing is footwork. He has zero. But somehow he wins fights, and he's one of the most cunning, manipulative boxers we've seen out there. I think that's why he wins. But he bulked up to come to this fight, maybe to take in more punches. You know, it was really heavyweight. But the first round of the fight, he looked hesitant. Usyk took, in my opinion, of the five first rounds, I think Tyson Fury came into only the fourth round. The first three, clearly Usyk, from what I was counting. And you can say I don't know book like that, but at the end of the day, the judges came down to my level. It was that close, but the first few rounds went to Usyk every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And then Tyson Fury came in the fourth round. A little bit of the fifth round was here, neither here nor there, and they carried on like that. And I was just like, this is so disappointing. And I understood why Usyk was hesitant, because if you walked into whatever Tyson Fury was about to deliver, you will sleep, regardless of how thick your jaw was. So he too was skirting around the issue. But Tyson Fury did not do enough for him to say that he could have won that fight unanimously on points. The only way he could have won that fight was when Usyk looked like he was tiring out. I don't think that guy can ever get tired. I think after that fight, he could still have run a marathon. But when it looked like he was a little tired in the 10th round, should have taken him out. But he didn't. And so at the end of the day, he lost the fight like he should have on points. It was close, but he lost. Why is he saying that the judges gave you a Christmas gift with some of the points that they're giving? Yeah, because some of it was a little too close. So ultimately, Tyson Fury has lost the second fight, and now he's looking for the trilogy to. Some people say he's looking for the trilogy. His team is claiming that they're looking for it so that they can finish Who is the Greatest once and for all. I think they're just looking for another paycheck.
Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing, but be honest about it. No need to scatter. Just be honest about it. I'm looking for another paycheck. So they're already talking trilogy. But Eddie Hearn is saying, look, Tyson Fury, your only other hope is to fight Anthony Joshua. I take that fight. I take it. I don't care if they beat Anthony Joshua. I still think they would. But I take that fight. I think it's easy to beat Anthony Joshua. Why? He has a glass jaw and he's quite emotional. So if the build up to the fight starts getting into his head, once he gets into the ring, he's distracted. He's like, oh, I don't want to lose another fight. Oh, I've lost so many fights. I don't want to see another meme. And all that is in his head. And then they knock him in the jaw, and yes, it's another meme. So I think if Tyson Fury met Anthony Joshua, it'd be a Tyson Fury win again. But I'd rather see that fight than see another Usyk Fury fight. It's that simple.
All right, let's see how that will transpire. Alrighty, let's head over to Spain and talk about Man City Catalonia extension. Atletico Madrid coach Diego Simeone highlighted his side's resilience after they beat Barcelona 2-1 and climbed atop La Liga on Saturday with their 12th straight win in all competitions.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. The way you saw that match after Barcelona went ahead, I said, look, if Atletico Madrid gets one, they will get two. Because they've been in that form recently. And the way they kept being resolute with an all black, trying as much as possible not to concede the second, and they should have conceded second. It came down to a couple of things. Poor shot selection, Lewandowski forgetting his shooting boots, And ultimately, Barcelona thinking that because we are creating 25 chances, at least one more will go in. Came down to that because defensively, Barcelona very vulnerable. You already know that you will give away one or two goals, but with Atletico Madrid, if you give one, you're going to give two. Atletico Madrid knew if we got them on the counter, if we can get one goal, we can get into their heads every time we get on the counter, and that's what Atletico did. They survived everything Barcelona was throwing at them. And the thing I'm always happy about Barcelona, regardless of the fact that they've completely erased this 9 point gap. You know, there was a 9 point gap between Barcelona and Atletico.
Yes, there
and
was.
now Atletico is at the top of the table with a game
in hand. True.
So despite the fact that Barcelona has found a way to have a horrible November and December to wipe out that 9 point advantage, I'm always happy when I see them because they are creating chances. It's different from Manchester City that has 72% ball possession and two chances.
What's the point?
That's the other side. They're just with the ball, not knowing what to do. With Barcelona, they're creating opportunities to score. And like I said, it really came down to the finishing. And Lewandowski was culpable for most of it. Oblak's brilliance helped the rest of it. The defense also was solid, and then Rafinha was blunt on the day. So they were creating those chances, but they just didn't bury them. And the longer Atletico Madrid survived, the longer Atletico Madrid stayed in the game, the more it was that they believed that if we could just nick one. First of all, it looked like they were just trying to get 1 point. And so when was it Kobasi that gave that back pass? The ball had gone to Barcelona's end, and instead of him to clear it away, he flicked it, like his coach. He was being pretty cute. And then Messi's bodyguard was like, "Thank you for giving me this ball. I've been looking for a goal to score so that I will score in 3 consecutive games." And so Rodrigo de Paul put the ball in the back of the net, and eventually they got the winner just towards the end of the match. But it was the craziest thing because there were too many points in time where Barcelona could have run away with all 3 points to break their losing streak, but they didn't. And Atletico Madrid won, and they're at the top of the table. Real Madrid also did a fantastic job. In fact, Real Madrid will always beat Sevilla. The question is by how many goals?
It seems like a show bet
yeah,
every
when people are
time.
talking about Sevilla in the league, I'm like, yeah, it depends on who they are facing. Because Sevilla is a team that I know which teams in the La Liga will beat. I know Barcelona will beat Sevilla. I know Real Madrid will beat Sevilla. I know Atletico Madrid will beat Sevilla. Those three almost guaranteed. Even if the three have a bad day, somehow they'll find a goal somewhere to beat Sevilla. I know after all those people beat Sevilla that Real Sociedad and Real Betis will beat Sevilla. So when you're looking at all the teams that can beat Sevilla, I wonder why people still call them one of the big names in La Liga. But maybe they play pretty football, so I guess. And they win the Europa. But yeah, it is now obviously a Madrid derby at the top as opposed to the El Clasico.
Yeah. Well, big one there for Atletico. Their first win at Nou Camp since 2006.
Since
and
years.
That's Diego Simeone's first win at Barcelona. I never knew that.
Yes, and he
knew.
kept saying. I remember the last time he said, "I can't wait for me." He said it categorically. There was this particular match that it was so close that he thought, "Finally, I'm about to get something." Then Messi came up and scored in the 89th minute. He was like, "I can't wait for Messi to retire. When he retires, I will win." He said it at a press conference. He told no lies.
Well, it still took a couple of years for that to happen, but finally he got his wish. Let's take a break. When we come back in, we'll talk more footballing stories. Arsenal in the mix, Atalanta as well, Man United, Liverpool, so much more to get into in the locker room this Monday morning on Smooth 98.1.
He actually did say it. He actually said that day that he said, when Messi retires, I'm sure I will get a win.
I had no idea he hadn't won at Barcelona.
How?
And he's been their manager since 2011 or something.
Yeah, one of the longest serving managers. He hasn't. Sometimes he will get so close, Barcelona will be like, "Jinx!"
Well, he has tried. I mean, I've missed the Madrid Barcelona supremacy. At least he has won two.
I can almost guarantee that if Atletico Madrid met Real Madrid will beat Atletico. So Barcelona is there for a reason. That's what it is. It's just like I don't know. As if like, you can tell the problem with Barcelona is the lack of leadership on the pitch. Everybody is just playing football. They don't understand game management. They don't. I mean, look at what Kubasi did. Like he laid the ball up for Rodrigo de Paul. He was like, "You haven't scored a goal. Here is a brilliant pass." As a defender, shouldn't you be clearing that thing away?
It's not the Barcelona way.
Even clear it far up the pitch. It was the nonchalant way in which he flicked it right in the driving line. Rodrigo de Paul was like, "Thank you, sweetie."
That's one of the things about young boys.
Yeah, that's the thing. They are so brilliant and expressive and all, but they have zero discipline and they don't know when you should hold, when you should fold, and when you should they just
a lot of things that experience would play a very big part.
Yeah, so that's the problem with and the Lewandowski up front is just an Agbaya. If you saw all the chances he missed, you could have slapped him. Agbaya. I'm sure if Torres had one or two of those chances, he would have scored them. There was this one that I thought Torres should have scored at once. I don't know why he laid it back for Lewandowski. Goalkeeper was on the floor. Lewandowski still contrived to miss it. I was like this. You can't win, no.
Maybe you don't bet.
He'll be alright. If I'm one of the young boys as we enter the locker room, I'll just be abusing him. What's Agbaya in where's Lewandowski from Poland? What's Agbaya in Poland? Something probably Wishkishkoshki. I will just Wishkishkoshki him.
Agbaya. Someone that is meant to be leading on the pitch.
Do you understand? Zero leadership. Just there. Skipping through the middles like he's one of the young boys. Even Pedri should be better because it's not just about age now. He's been playing since he was 2. The least he can do is have some leadership.
Well,
but at least he manned his own part of the he's a playmaker, so he made play. You can't say he didn't do his part of the job, but sometimes you need to be able to shout at the younger ones behind you.
Not everybody has it.
They are 22, they are 19. Just yell at somebody.
Despite the whole age thing.
I know what you mean. Some people are vocal leaders, some people are just quiet.
And we're back in the locker room on a Monday morning on Smooth 98.1. Your love music, love life. Of course, love sports station as well. Ayokunmi here, taking you through the motions. Alongside me is Tega Supreme. It's been a supreme morning thus far, talking about the sporting action. We are looking to you to also join in on the conversation this morning by sending your thoughts in to us on WhatsApp on 0809 444 0981 0809 444 0981. That is the WhatsApp number. Studio line is 0201 4489 981. We'll open that if and when we decide to do so, but it's always good to have the number down. YouTube, we're streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Drop a comment there as well. Uche Nawokoye, I see you. Thanks for always keeping it tuned. All right, let's get back.
Someone is already calling. Let's take this person's call and find out what they want.
Hello, good morning.
All I want is Christmas.
Do Christmas for us, sir.
Do Christmas for us. Fries and chicken, what do you want?
How are you, Tega?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Hey, Dr. Good morning to you, Dr. Moses. Welcome.
Anyway, I hope the rabbit can now return to his hole. I'm talking about music. I was in the studio live on Friday to talk politics, but we segued into sports in a way. And I just told myself, I wanted a knockout. The last great fight I saw, maybe in 2-3 years, was the trilogy, Dante Wilder versus Fury
Yeah,
That was not a boxing. That was a fight.
that was a
They
fight.
hated each other.
Uh-huh.
What do you beat in YouTube body? It's so elusive. All the fights they have done at the heavyweight level, I don't think I've ever had any knockout. Twice it did Joshua maybe on point. Now, what do you call the Fury? Let him go back to cruiserweight. What do you beat in his body? Nothing. Where is the body?
Mm.
6'3" against the 6'9". So for punching, you don't want that you are beating the air. Let him. You have made your name. So yeah, please go back to your rabbit hole. Cruiserweight. We
All
need
right.
men that can punch each other. That is it. And for Man United, sorry, the Bombell, you never need that name. Thank you.
All right.
That's a prayer I refuse to say amen to.
That
Dr.
leads
Moses.
us. That leads
Well
us
done.
to Mikel Arteta and what happened with the Arsenal manager.
That's right. That's right. He has admitted that he was pretty worried over an injury suffered by star winger Bukayo Saka in Saturday's 5-1 win over Crystal Palace.
Dear Mikel Arteta, let Saka rest. I'm not happy he's injured, but I'm happy he gets to rest. Because, truth be told, that boy has played more football than people that are in their 30s or 40s.
Who is to say that he won't rush him back as soon as there's a semblance of fitness?
No, which one did he rush him back for him to pick up this injury?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
this is what happened again.
This is going to happen over and over again because you will not allow Bukayo Saka to breathe. Just let him breathe. Look, I understand that Arsenal has some level of dependence. I understand, again, Arteta can be like Pep Guardiola. If they don't have the specifics they want from a particular player, they are not going to change that player. And I know Raheem Sterling is not Bukayo Saka, but you can change your style to fit the players that you have. If it's a goosey that you have in your cupboard, cook a goosey soup. How do you want to spring ogbono from inside the goosey? And so that's where Mikel Arteta has a problem. And that's why Saka has been playing over time. I think we have to talk to the human rights on Saka's behalf because of the way that Mikel Arteta plays him. And so when he eventually went down, the way he grabbed his hamstring, when he went down in the first half of that game for Arsenal, I was like, this guy looks done. But if you check him, he can play on Thursday. Because that's the way that Mikel Arteta will just put him inside some ice, give him some painkillers and throw him back on the pitch again. That's what seems to be happening. But he was walking out in crutches when we last saw him from the Emirates. And so that's a tough one. For the player, I'm really sad. But for the fact that he's going to get an opportunity off the pitch, I'm very happy because Mikel Arteta needs to find, he's paying other people's salary. He should use them. And free the boy, please. Free the boy.
I mean, the fact that he's always playing Saka regardless. I mean, that shows a much bigger problem that there's nobody else that can step up. That he doesn't feel anybody else can step up.
No. That's the thing. He doesn't feel. That's the problem. Again, like I said, he's a bit like Pep Guardiola, and obviously, for obvious reasons, one trained the other. They look for specifics, and they play down to that specifics until that specifics just dies. And that's where their problem is. If you look at a coach like Carlo Ancelotti, okay, I don't have Vinicius Junior. What else can I do? What style can I tweak? You see, that's why I hate modern football. Because modern football, they train footballers to fit certain roles. And so whilst it is great that those footballers tend to achieve more, even if they are not as talented as maybe footballers of the 80s and 90s, whilst they found a way to do that, what it means is that if they don't find, if modern football doesn't find a footballer to fit that role, then the football struggles. And that's what happens. So you look at Ancelotti, he's playing modern football, but he has old school traditional football mentality. And so when a player is injured, he will tweak and put somebody else up there and still get the results. But Arteta, if Saka no die, will play him. Is he conscious? Give him painkillers and play him.
Things are happening out there. All right. From student, let's talk about the master now. That's Pep Guardiola, the Manchester City manager, who has insisted that his struggling Premier League champions will regain their confidence after a 2-1 defeat by Aston Villa on Saturday. It meant they had lost 9 of their last 12 games in all competitions.
I agree completely. They will come back. They will gain their confidence. But a lot of things need to change. And it's unfortunate that they haven't had the reflections that they need to have. And it's also unfortunate that in England, they play over the Christmas because usually, like Barcelona and Hansi Flick, they're going to have a period where they can sit back, review, and come back. Man City will have to find a way to play through it at least till January, when the FA Cup starts. So it's a tough one for Pep Guardiola, truth be told. Now it's not just about key players being missing. It's the fact that even the players that are available are beginning to second guess themselves. You look at the way Manchester City played on the day. I was talking about it. Is the way they mark, is the way their positioning off the ball, is the way they attack. Everything is their shape. Everything is strange. Because they're trying so hard not to concede the goal, they're trying to they get compact. Now you can be compact if you are the team forming a low block and you're not such a possession-based team. You cannot be compact in transition, because if you're trying to be compact in transition, what you're going to do is try to block out that midfield area, which makes you narrow.
Right.
So it is easy for a team in transition to use wing play and destroy you, which is what, or a ball over the top, and you are too square to defend against that. And they are a team, so you cannot do compact defending in transition. There's everything wrong with their shape when they're defending, when they're without the ball. There's everything wrong with their shape when they are defending set pieces. There's everything wrong with their shape when they're even attacking, because now they're struggling. And part of the reason they're struggling is Erling Haaland is also lacking in confidence. Erling Haaland likes to play a particular way. And every time I see Erling Haaland, I remember what Thierry Henry said. You know, when he used to be frustrated, and Arsene Wenger told him that, look, Beckham will not give you the ball the same way Freddie Ljungberg will give you the ball.
Right.
It's not the same way that Robert Perez will give you the ball. So you have to adjust your play based on who you're playing with. Erling Haaland likes to collect the ball only one way. Until tomorrow, he hasn't understood that when you don't have a Kevin De Bruyne, when you don't have an informed Bernardo Silva, when you don't have a Gundogan at a top form, you have to find a way where you can play and still be effective. And that's why Erling Haaland will get his first touch in the 18-yard box in the 70-something minutes. How are you a striker with 13 goals in the season, and your first touch is in the 70-something against Aston Villa? Come on, bully somebody, put yourself around, drop deep a little bit, just to confuse the enemy. I don't know how else to say it. Yesterday was Sunday, so I might as well preach. Do something different. So the lack of confidence has dropped down to the team. It's going to take a lot for them to come back up. It's not just bringing in Rodri. Bringing in Rodri may be, may solve part of the solution, but already the City players look broken, and to build back up will be tough. Which takes us back to Atlanta.
That's right. That is one team that is definitely on the up and up. And they surged back to the top of the Serie A standings with the Charles De Ketelaere inspired 3-2 win at home to Empoli on Sunday, while inconsistent Roma thrashed Parma 5-0. How they did, I don't know, but they did.
Yeah, but Everton, they won midweek in the Italian Cup.
But they scored 5 goals. Roma, 5 goals.
Yes. The tin, what they call him, the Tin Man?
The
The Tin Man is back. He's
Tinkerman.
Tinkerman. Yeah, he's tinkering with something, and he tinkered and they started winning. This is why they brought him out of retirement anyway. So he's just doing a good job. But yes, they found a way to start scoring again, which was part of the problem. And they sought to solve that problem by trying to get in players that will get them goals. Unfortunately, it didn't work. However, the Tinkerman has tinkered, and now they're scoring goals against midweek and then against Parma, so 5-0. But for Atalanta, they just show you their intention when they don't play so brilliantly all game and they pop up with 3 points, because they weren't brilliant for most of the game. Empoli, you can say Empoli surprised them, but Empoli took advantage of the fact that they were struggling. Even Ademola Lookman wasn't having a fantastic game, and then he pops up and scores a goal. And that is a sign of a team that is in good form. And so Atalanta right now are in good form. I think Napoli would have been kicking themselves, because when it was 2-2, Napoli was like, okay, we are going to settle here. And then Atalanta was like, jinx. Put the ball in the back of the net, 3-2. So Italian Serie A is getting a little more interesting with the teams that are battling at the top, because they are There are teams that have nothing to lose. Atalanta have no reputation. They are not struggling to keep anything. They're just playing each game as it comes, and they're in good form and they're in great spirits and they're scoring goals and getting points. Same thing with Antonio Conte and Napoli. He's just trying to get his team back to the top of the table. Inter Milan is also another team. Well, this one they have a reputation, but they're also in good form. So let's see how that battle ends in May. But it makes it interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. All right, we need to do messages now. Ayo from Festac says, Tega actually planned sending you palliatives, but with all these happenings, I decided to calm down for now. Merry Christmas to you, dear. Emeka says it has not become a sackable offense if your team is unable to beat Manchester City.
Yep.
I wonder how Nuno still has a job, Nottingham Forest. Anyways, meanwhile, humility won't finish my boy Erling Haaland. Whoever puts a curse on City, I'm ready to pledge extra 2 million naira to extend the curse for extra 5 years. Use that to buy something for us for Christmas.
Do you understand?
As for United, they're so vulnerable at set pieces. Even if you put a Christmas tree in goal, it will make a better defense than Onana.
Wow. My goodness, no, that's disrespectful.
Nice one.
However,
nice one. Tayo says, justice for Puss in Boots. How do I delete this image from my mind? Oluwa Tega, why? Pity the children. Fury wants to cash out again. The post-fight interview said it all. Arteta about to load Saka with dragon DNA for the next match.
I'm telling you.
Oluwaseyi says, if I were a betting man, my money would be on Atletico to win the title. Barca would come good soon. They still need some growing and maturing to do. He says the game actually was played at the Stadio Olimpico. His company is not at the new camp. They're still renovating the new camp. But a way win. It's
a way win. It's a way win.
Fred says, good morning, Ayo and Tega. It breaks my heart when Tega talks about Syria without talking about my old lady.
Your old lady is drawing too much.
They're doing old lady things.
When they managed last night, I was just watching them. When they managed to come away when they scored the second goal, I was like, they scored a goal. Please, we're not talking about your old lady till you start consistently performing.
And Nathan says Saka has more than 250 appearances for Arsenal at his age. 250.
Arteta, please now.
On YouTube, Uche Nawoko, it says Man United is still a coaching. Man United is this still a coaching issue or an issue with the team, players, institution? One step forward, two steps back. City still struggling, and Liverpool flying high. Usyk, a great boxer. Deji, as an Arsenal fan, says I agree with your comment on Saka. Rodri's injury started the current Man City slump, and nobody has been able to step into that role. It's beyond Rodri. It's beyond Rodri. Abiodun Obishason says, all hail the undisputed Usyk. A man cleaned up the cruiser and heavyweight. Lewandowski should start learning Arabic for his move to Saudi Arabia. Anyway,
we need to go. Thank you so much for all your messages. Thank you for tuning in to Smooth 98.1 FM to listen to the locker room. And thank you for the hampers that I'm going to receive from you today.
Amen.
All right. On that note, there's midweek football. Oh, yes, it's Christmas now.
Yes.
Yeah, there's midweek
Boxing Day football in the Premier League.
All right. So we'll be back here on Wednesday to talk about the Boxing Day fixtures, and hopefully we'll see you there. Have a Merry Christmas.
All right, Tega, have a Merry Christmas in advance. Oh, Wednesday is Christmas, so we'll be here live and direct. Fantastic. Looking forward to it. Thank you all for the messages and keeping it tuned to Smooth 98.1. Don't go anywhere. Lagos Talks comes up at 9.
I eat only white soup and pounded yam for Christmas. Have you heard? White soup and